Sensation Harry Garside is officially on his way to the Paris Olympics. The Tokyo Games bronze medalist has secured a berth after his Fijian opponent withdrew from their qualifying bout at the Pacific Games. Harry will compete in the lightweight division, fighting for Australia's first ever gold medal in the sport. And freshly back in the country, Harry's at the dance. So pumped for you, my friend. Couldn't have happened to a nicer guy. Do you know any French?
I don't know any French whatsoever. I'm so excited. Mum and Dad booked their tickets officially, which is nice.
And you got your nails done?
Got my nails done for the fight.
Hold them up,
exactly
hold
right.
them up. There
Green and
we
gold.
go.
It almost looks Brazilian. Now. They like fade a little bit. But so happy to get the quota spot this side of Christmas. So can have a bit of a break now and then focus on gold next year.
How do you feel about the way you're getting in there? Obviously, you would have preferred the fight, I assume.
It's very frustrating. This actually happened to me last time as well. So I've never actually had a moment where I'm like, I raise my hand and I'm going to the Olympics, which most boxers get. So it's a bit frustrating, but is what it is. Like I showed up, I had 2 fights over there in the Solomon Islands and then made it to the final, and unfortunately that's just how it panned out.
So what is just like a quiet moment on your own where you're like, oh.
Yeah, I was like kind of sad. It was like bittersweet. It was like anticlimactic, but is what it is. Like I went there for a job, got the job done, and now I can just have a little break, relax.
Most people dream of the person they're fighting not turning up, and yours didn't, and you're upset about it.
I was so frustrated. I was like, we're athletes, right? We're competitors. We want to fight. We want to compete. But that's just what the universe had in store for me, and I just got to adapt and focus on next year now.
You said that qualifying was base camp, so that means it's a pretty tough 10 months come. What's that look like? It's
a lot of travelling. We spend a lot of the time overseas, which is amazing because this is a bigger pond overseas, I guess, for boxing. So I'm excited to get stuck into the next 7-8 months of my life and become the best version of myself.
I'm puzzled by why we've never won a gold medal in boxing at the Olympic Games. We've produced some of the best boxers in the world in all divisions. Why do you think that is?
It's interesting. I think the difference between professional boxing and amateur boxing, they're almost 2 different sports, right? Professional boxing a bit longer, and we've had many amazing fighters, but amateur boxing, the Kazakhs, the Uzbeks, the Soviets, the Cubans, they're amazing amateur boxers, and they're really hard to beat over 3 rounds, and I think that's why Australia hasn't had much success, but I think this time...
How amazing will it be if you win a gold medal, mate?
Massive. And I think Australia, not just myself, we've got an amazing team. We've got 11 other athletes, and I think every one of them is capable of a medal chance.
Are you looking for a new cornerman? Because my hand is raised.
Sammy's coming to my corner.
I'll stop the fight straight away. Don't hurt Harry. I love him. Let's go. Now, you push yourself a lot in all different aspects. Last time I was chatting to you, you were telling me you wanted to try stand-up comedy. And you said you had a gig, but what's happened with your stand-up comedy dreams?
Okay, the stand-up comedy, I was supposed to do it in November. That was the plan.
Yep.
But obviously the qualifying process was way more important.
You had a good excuse.
Had a good excuse. But I'm aiming for February. I've got a bit of content, but I've still got to fine-tune it, maybe with yourself or someone like Peter Hellier.
Oh, okay.
Who would help me.
You could just use me.
But I'm very excited to get stuck into that. It's so nerve-wracking.
Okay. Well,
I tell you, if Sam didn't have spaghetti arms, you'd be
you
all
help
over
me with
you.
your boxing. My boxing, I'll help you with stand-up.
Yeah, one
perfect.
for one.
We'll
Perfect.
do it.
Now, your beautiful mum, she's a medium, a psychic medium. So she must have known this was coming, right?
I know. She always does these weird little hooly-dooly stuff before comms, and I'm like, just keep that to yourself, because I don't want it to play with my mind, but I love it. She's so into her mediumship and the spirituality, and growing up there was always crystals and tarot cards and all this hooly-dooly sort of stuff, but I love that she's interested.
Oh, I love her. I want to meet her.
Just back on the Olympics, I mean, you're going to be in the Australian team marching into the stadium in Paris at an Olympic Games. I mean, how do you calm your nerves with something like that?
There's no
I know the jungle was hard for you, but I mean...
There's no greater feeling. I managed to get to Tokyo and to, I guess, you spend your whole life focusing on the Olympic Games, and to get there and look down in your heart and see the Australian emblem, and to be led by Paddy Mills and Kate Campbell in the last one, and it was amazing. And I think because I've done it once, I think the nerves will be a little bit less this time.
I reckon it might be more, because remember, it was empty, Tokyo.
Yeah,
the stadium.
That's actually so true. Yeah, okay, good one.
Sorry.
I'll be fine. But I'm also just very excited to march next to some amazing Australian athletes.
Can I ask as well, your psychic mum, does she feel it in her waters that you might win a gold?
I hope so. I haven't asked her yet.
Oh, you don't want to know?
Yeah,
Just say no, Mum.
But it's interesting because I visualise a lot, which a lot of athletes do. A lot of successful people do it. And I couldn't visualise myself standing on the middle of the podium before Tokyo. I could see myself on the podium. But when I visualise now, I can generally see it, which I guess for an athlete is an amazing feeling. And I'm sure there'll be times over the next few months where I don't see it, but at the moment I can, which is nice.
Oh, wow. Now, last time you were here, we've had you host the show before and you've been absolutely terrific at it. One thing you did in the ad break, you were writing poetry, which I think we all found quite interesting, and you read some to the crowd.
Adorable.
Do you have your notebook with you? Would you read any poetry for us now?
I don't have my notebook, but I have my phone and I've got heaps of poems
A modern
in there.
notebook, I love it. Okay.
So you guys can decide. I've got obviously a few boxing ones in there. I've got about 5 to pick from.
Just read them all.
Yeah, I'm not going to read them all.
8 p.m. tonight.
But I'll choose one, all right? Okay, this one. Here we go.
I hope your right hand's quicker. Than
That's the thing, roasted. Meet him in the car park after 6. Like men.
All right, ready? When your heart is pure, the universe will always ensure you get the outcome you desire so you can inspire the rest of the population, most importantly the younger generation, to step into their power so their golden hour ends up being timeless instead of being lifeless.
Wow.
Gold medalist right here. I'm visualising it now.
Yeah, I can see it.
We can't wait to see what you do, Harry. Harry Garside, everyone.